Nope, that's not it. It is picture effects. Hey Marty, hey Patty. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Start this. Hello, 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 hello. This is going to be real quick because my neighbors are barbecuing and I plan on going to get me some chicken in a minute. I'm going to give people a chance to join because I want to have a conversation about people that view relationships as transactional versus women that view relationships as just for love. So people that have or enter into relationships based on hypergamy versus women that enter into relationships based off of love. Hey, Rockford, Illinois. Hey, Black and Mal. And so I've been thinking about this a lot because of I don't know, you know how the algorithms show you stuff that pretty much the algorithm reads your mind. And so there's this whole conversation about women that enter into relationships based off of what a man can do for them, which is basically hypergamy, versus women that enter into relationships for love. And there's this discourse between these two groups of people. Hey, Paula Pie. Hey, Miss Scent. And so there's this discussion with these two groups of people, and they are like at each other because neither group recognizes that the other group has a valid point. So if you enter into a relationship with a man and it's all about what he can do for you, then you have to center that man. And that makes sense. Like, he is the person that's doing all of the work. You want the soft life, you want the Birkin bags or whatever it is, you're sitting at home, your world is going to center around him. That's fine. The dating coaches show up, they give you the checklist, they tell you where to go, they tell you how to dress, they tell you how to act, they tell you everything that you need to know in order to get that man and keep that man. That's fine. You engage in the behavior, he's happy, you're happy, everybody's happy. But we need to understand that those relationships are transactional. He's giving you money and material things. You are showing up in the world as a particular way that supports whatever it is he views women need to be. Okay? It might be thin, it might be pretty, it might be submissive, quiet, whatever it is. You have to show up in the way that he wants his woman to show up. It's not based off of love. You are a character in his world. That is exactly correct. And you have to know how to play your position. Then there's a group of people like myself. My father raised me to be totally independent from men. Do not depend on a man to do anything for you. Men are not centered in my world. He doesn't have to come with a specific education. He doesn't have to come in with a specific dollar amount. He doesn't have to come in with a particular kind of job. The relationship is based off of, do I like him? Does he respect me? Do we have energy? Do we communicate effectively? Do I feel respected as a human being? Not as a woman, but as a full-fledged human being that exists on this planet. Is he going to be a partner if we have children? These two groups of people cannot have conversation. They can't have conversation because what you get is the Ebony K. Williams of the world and the Iyanla Van Zants trying to have a conversation, and neither group acknowledging that we just have different perspectives on relationships. That's all that happened there. Ebony K. Williams said, "I'm not dating a bus driver." When she said that, that just meant her relationship is going to be very transactional. He has to come in on a particular level in order for me or her to have a conversation with him. That's all that meant. Iyanla, we know, is on some spiritual level. You know what I'm saying? She's all about trauma, and she's all about, healing. She's all about that, the soul's journey type of thing. When you got a woman that all she care about is how big is her house, talking about a partner, hey Charity, to a woman who's all about healing childhood traumas, past life experiences, generational, trauma that we're passing down. These two people can't have an effective conversation about love because they view the conversation fundamentally different. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm on this app and I'm seeing all of these people have all of this discourse. And I'm just looking like both of these groups of people are correct. It's just a matter of what it is that you want in a relationship. But they are not compatible. They're not compatible. They view the world, whoever put they two separate lenses, they view the world through two totally different lenses. And it's almost like they can't even, you have on blinders. You can't even see the relationships that exist outside of this over here. Because the women like me, look at the women that are in these transitional relationships, like your husband is an asshole. You got to bend to his will. He doesn't like you. And you're doing all of this so that you can live in a big house and drive a nice car. You're willing to sacrifice your soul's purpose on this planet to drive a Porsche. Like, we're looking at them like they're insane. And they're looking at us like, you got a man in the house and he can't provide for you. He can't buy you X, Y, and Z. It's difficult to have a dialogue. I want him to have money and treat me well. You're delusional. You're delusional. You better, generally speaking with men, you have to choose one or the other. What is the most important thing? Do you want him to have money or do you want him to treat you well? And then you build on that. That's just, and I'm not even trying to be funny. That's how men operate. If you want him to treat you well, you better start with that and then make the money part optional. You may meet someone that treats you well and has money, but to start it with, I want him to have money and treat me well, that's not how those men work. They're going to have money and they're going to treat you as well as they want to treat you based on the amount of money that they have and the value that they view that you bring to the table. Wait, so he has to be broke and treat you well? I did not say that. That is not what I said. I literally said you start with treat you well, but understand that the money is secondary. He may come into the relationship treating you well and have money. You luck out when that happens. But generally speaking, if you start with, I want him to have money, that treating you well is optional. It's not an and. It's not an and. He's going to treat you as well as he feels like he has to based off and see, and that's the problem, Andrea. A lot of women want to luck out. And that's why a lot of y'all stay single. And a lot of y'all are angry and can't figure out men. Because you think that the 1%, you think don't worry about the men that are wolves in sheep's clothing. We're not even really talking about men. We're talking about women and their expectations. Don't even worry about them, because if you accept the rules and play by the rules, you don't have to worry about them, because you will play your position. You will play your position. If you think the 1% of men that make the $250,000 and above is worrying about love, they're not worrying about love. That's secondary to everything that they have going on. Those men that have money are concerned with keeping their money. They're trying to find a partner that's going to support them in their money-making endeavors. All of that love shit that y'all talking about, they don't give a damn about that. They don't give a damn about that. The only way they care about that is as long as you love them. You have to love them. They ain't got to love you. Hell, all you got to do is scroll this app on any given day to see that those men with money, power, and influence, the women in their lives play a secondary role, and they can literally replace you with any motherfucker, any woman that look like you. They don't give a damn about that part. There are enough women. Hell, I just did a video with a whole woman, a younger girl that looked like me. She was a little fucking delusional talking about I'm unattractive and whatever the fuck she said. But I'm like, bitch, we look alike. We look alike. So literally, they will find, listen, see, this is the problem. This is the problem. Y'all be worrying about the wrong shit. We literally having a discussion about the expectations of women in relationships and how they relate to men. Y'all come in here with all this other shit. Totally irrelevant. We're talking about the two types of love that exist from a woman's perspective. Transactional in relation to men. Transactional versus love. That's what we're talking about. We're not going all over the world. We're not talking about men. We're not talking about women that do. We're not having none of those conversations, because the number of women that show up that are making a shit ton of money, that's looking for a partner, is so goddamn slim to none that none of y'all are going to check that box. That's what it is. I happen to check the box. Most of y'all don't check that box. That's just what it is. And I'm not even trying to demean anybody, but the reality is I have $1 million coming through my fingers every year. Most of y'all don't. So when y'all get on this app and y'all start talking about shit, you're not talking about anything that is relative to your tax bracket. You need to stay in your tax bracket and stay in your lane and talk about the shit that's relative to you. You see what I'm saying? Once you figure out where your lane is, you can maximize your potential in that lane. But too many of y'all worrying about shit that don't even apply to you. I'm just saying, and I'm not even, and I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just saying, I see this so much where women be worried about stuff that don't apply to them. Or you start telling them the truth and they get angry and be like, what you trying to say? Shit, I said what I'm pretty clear about what I'm saying. I'm broken in the broke lane. So here's the thing. If you broken in the broke lane, it depends on how beautiful you are as to what lane you can go into. Beautiful, broke women don't have to exist. If a woman is incredibly beautiful and she's broke, it's a choice that she is making about the type of relationship that she wants with a man. Because she can show up in a different environment and understand that her beauty is worth something. It's transactional. But if she is looking for love, then she probably will be broken poor. Beautiful women have the most options of any women out there. That's just what it is. We're going to call a thing a thing. They can look for love and money. They can look for just money. They can look for just love. They can do any of those things. She ain't got to date an older man. She does not have to date an older man. She can date an ugly man. She can date an ugly younger man. Stop playing. If she's incredibly beautiful and in her early 30s, she can date a man in his 30s that's ugly. Stop playing with me. With a lot of money. Stop playing with me. She ain't got to go older. It does not depend on her age. It does not depend on her age. If she's in her 30s, she can date an ugly 30-year-old. If she's in her 40s, she can date an ugly 40-year-old. If she's in her 50s, she can date an ugly 50-year-old. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. Come on now. It don't have nothing to do with age. Why would you even say that it's not about the age? I'm not sure if that's to me or to somebody else. I'm just saying a beautiful woman has a lot of options. She just has to decide how she wants to move through the world. Women that are not beautiful in the traditional sense, then they have to feel their worth to a man with other things. They might come in and they are incredibly sweet and easy to get along with. So although she's not the most beautiful, she's easy enough on the eye and she's easy to get along with. That's valuable to some men. Or it was towards a girl who said it, Big Sis. Oh, okay, I got you. I couldn't tell. That's why I was like, lately I've been blocking people. So I said, let me calm down. That they ain't going to block people like I've been blocking them. I be blocking people agreeing with me because motherfuckers be out here talking crazy. Block. So, but I'm saying, like, if you're not, I'm not that pretty. I mean, I'm pretty enough. I'm not light skinned. I'm not dark skinned. You see what I'm saying? I'm brown. So that always put me in the middle of everything. I'm not so dark that I got to be called names because of my complexion when I was growing up, but I'm not so light that I got that preferential treatment. I'm right there in the middle. That changes your view about relationships. You see what I'm saying? I'm not super skinny, but I'm not obese. Well, according to the BMI, I'm obese, but I got some tits and ass. So in the black community, that's worth something a little different. But I understand that having a big butt, that's natural. Don't worry, Andrea, don't worry about the colorism. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because the thing that this app has, listen, it's true. The thing about this app has shown us that light-skinned women don't get treated better. Being chosen because you have light skin, long hair does not mean that you're being treated better. In fact, sometimes you're being treated worse, to be perfectly honest with you. See, y'all don't even worry about that. If she's using her skin color and her pretty privilege to get a man, all you got to do is wait long enough and you're going to see how he treats her. So I'm just saying, see, y'all worry about the wrong thing. Y'all be like, oh, it's not thin and black, blah, 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 blah. Don't even worry about that, because that light skin, that don't mean she getting treated better. He probably listen, Chad Okocinco, Seiko, whatever the hell his name is. Chad, for the longest time, every one of Chad baby mamas looked like him. Dark skin and a little hood and country. For the longest time, his latest baby mama is the first time he had a baby by a light-skinned woman. He cheated on every one of them light-skinned women, the preference, with a dark-skinned girl from the damn country. So y'all worry about the wrong shit, because reality is something totally different. So just because she's using her pretty privilege doesn't mean that she's getting treated better. Okay? In fact, sometimes they're treated worse. So I'm just saying, that's why I say you have to know your lane and know what you are willing to compromise for that thing that you are coming to the table with. Some beautiful women end up with men that absolutely adore them and have money and treat them well. But that means that they did not trade their beauty for a Birkin bag. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, my point is this. You have to understand what you are in. Okay? He sure didn't care how cute they were. He liked what he liked. You have to understand, like, what are you coming into the relationship with? How are you coming into the relationship? And for me, a man's financial situation, totally irrelevant, because I got my own money. I got my own, even now I have my own money. I got my ex-husband's money and I got my money. Okay. And I got the potential to make even more money. Speaking of, I'll be back on here at 7:00 tonight. I'm having a 3-day challenge. It's all about women and finding our self-worth and how to move through the world. So today we're going to talk about affirmations. Tomorrow is about gratitude. And then the next day is about journaling. But I'm going to talk more about that at 7:00 tonight when I log on. And let me just say that my candle company is having a sale 50% off. Most of these women are ran through. Let me just go ahead and block him, because the main one talking about running through women is the one whose little Peter don't work at all. And that's why he's worried about them being ran through, because I have never met a man that had true sexual prowess that was worried about the dude before him. He not one of them. Okay. What time is it where you are now? It's 3:00 now. And so in 4 hours. So I promise you, the only man that worry about somebody being ran through is a man with a little bit of, oh Lord, let me see how I can say this without TikTok being mad. Cause I got to be on here tonight. I got to come back at 7:00 tonight. Them little Peters are the Mr. Peter. When Mr. Peter is a munchkin, those are the men that worry about somebody being ran through. Other than that, I ain't never met them. I never met a redwood worrying about a weeping willow. Okay, I've never met a redwood worrying about a weeping willow. And so you do the mental gymnastics and make the connection. Okay? Y'all do the do the mental what color and brand is my lipstick? Hold on. It's MAC. And the link is in my bio. It's shit, what'd I do with it? I just put it on. It's this one. It's like Russian red or something like that. Russian red. And I'm an old lady, so I lined it with black liner, brown liner, and it's this. So, shit, dropped it on the floor. Anyway, I'm a Sagittarius. It's something like you're saying, if you're not traditionally beautiful, settle. How did I say that? How did I say that? I literally never said the word settle. I never implied that anybody needed to settle. I literally said that everybody needs to understand what they bring to the table and adjust their expectations accordingly. I have said that every single time. Every single time. And every single time y'all come in and say, you said settle. I ain't say settle. I said figure out where the problem is. Most of y'all think that y'all are prettier, smarter, more outgoing than what you really are. Y'all think that y'all are fucking amazing and you're really mediocre. And so when somebody comes in and says, baby, you just mediocre, there is absolutely nothing special about you. Y'all have the conniption fits because your mama, your daddy, everybody done told you that you're special and you got participation trophies your whole damn life for showing up. And then when you get into the real world, it's like, oh my God, who does this bitch think she is? And I'm not settling. I'm not saying settle. I'm saying understand what your strengths and weaknesses are and play up your strengths to get what you need and strengthen whatever your weaknesses are. Okay? There's nothing wrong with average. I've been average my whole life. What about a man that is building his life, but the stress is overwhelming? Better to leave or stay. Distress is overwhelming for who? Feminine love vibes. Distress is overwhelming for who? Me and my ex-husband built together. I don't have a problem building with a man. I have a problem with women that build up a man. There's a difference. I will build with a man, but I'm not going to build a man up at my expense. And this stressful building. It's stressful building. Building takes work. Shit. I would rather walk into a house that's already built than to find a fucking lot, perk the ground, to see if the ground perk, find a contractor, build the shit, pick out the shit. No, I would. It's much easier to walk into a house that's already built in a damn established neighborhood with sidewalks and goddamn playgrounds. That shit is easy. So building is stressful. How much stress can you tolerate is what the question is. The SAGs are part of Fire Gang. That's right. Hold on. How do you feel about Kevin Samuels? I feel like Kevin Samuels told a bunch of women the damn truth, and a bunch of women lost their damn heads when he told them that they needed to fucking lose weight, get smarter, or get a fucking job. So I felt like he was harsh when he said it, and I felt like the women were stupid for calling him, because all they had to do was ask somebody else and they would have got the damn truth. But I'm 100% true that they knew the truth, because you wouldn't have had to call Kevin Samuels to say, why can't I get a six-figure man? All you got to do is walk out into the damn world, talk to a six-figure man, and the motherfucker gonna tell you, bitch, you're fat. You're fat. You're not pretty enough. You're too fucking argumentative. I can't bring you to no corporate event. Like, the men will tell you what your damn problem is. But again, they're thinking that they're fucking amazing and special. So they calling Kevin Samuel, and now they all over the internet with their damn feelings hurt. That's what I think. And I think him, Kevin Samuels, and Shira 7, two sides of the same coin. She's just telling women from a woman's perspective. He was telling it from a man perspective. But both of them motherfuckers say the exact same thing. Because Shira 7 will tell a woman, you better lose some damn weight, get your hair done, be pretty, be cute, and shut the hell up. Kevin Samuel said the same thing. So if you're going to be mad at one, you need to be mad at the other one. So I'm just saying, why did you and your husband separate? Because I want to be clear about this part, because I've told this story before. We were married for 22 years. The streets were calling his name because he was listening to the Kevin Samuels of the world. He felt like he deserved a better woman. And then he got out into the streets and found out that them bitches were savages. And I was like, well, since we built this shit together, half of it is mine. Send me my damn checks. And then I started having fun and my life got amazing because I wasn't focusing on him anymore. I was able to build myself up. So, hold on. I'm too old for that shit. I'm not too old. I still build with a man. Listen, I'm 52. I got 30 good years of living. If you think that I'm not building with the motherfucker that I get with, you're out of your mind. You think I'm gonna live at this level for the rest of my life? No. I got 20 good years of work and I'm building for the next 20 years with whoever I'm with. And if he's coming to the table and he don't want to build with me, he better come with enough shit that lays a strong foundation. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind building with a man. And this notion that I'm not going to build with a man is a very limiting. Very, very limiting. Hold on, they can't call him no more. I know that's right. They speak facts. So cute. Yep. Men love beautiful women, so why not lose it away? I ain't losing shit. Fuck them. I ain't losing out a pound for a man. Because men love all kinds of women. Hell, crackheads get love. 600-pound women on my 600-pound life get love. So y'all can miss me with that bullshit. A woman can look any kind of way she wants to look and find love. But you better adjust your expectation on the type of man that you're going to get based off of your appearance. I know the type of man that love a woman that look like me. I love them. I find one of them that I like. I don't be trying to chase after men that want me to lose weight because it's not going to work. I'm going to fry this chicken. I'm going to eat this damn pound cake. Okay? That's what it is. That's what I need to focus on myself and build myself. Yes, yes, yes. Never too late to build with someone. It's never too late to build with someone. Teal, she said, I'm in my late 20s. What is your general advice for girls around my age? Get off the damn internet. Get off the damn internet and stop listening to these stupid ass coaches. Find somebody that's been married a long fucking time. They don't have to still be married, but find somebody that was married a long time and talk to them, because those are the people that are going to tell you the damn truth. Not these dancing, shucking and jiving checklist coach that's telling you to wear pink and go to a bar somewhere. Those motherfuckers are not going to tell you the damn truth. You better talk to somebody that's been in the trenches and listen to them, because other than that, you're not going to get the truth, especially if they're a dating coach, they're not going to give you real advice. And all the ones that say, I've helped this many women find a man. Okay, you better go talk to those women, see how happy they are. Chicken and pound cake. They can't take everything from you when you build with them. That's it right there. When you build with a man, who said that? Chanel, I don't know how to pronounce your first name, but yes, Amore, Chanel, that's it. They can't take it from you when you build with them. That's the thing. But y'all don't want to y'all don't want to build with them. Y'all want to sit down and just reap the rewards of them building. Well, when they get tired of you and get ready to trade your ass in for a younger model, you ain't getting shit. And now you're old. And what you gonna do? Where you gonna work? You ain't got no skills and you're not cute no more. Your titties sagging. You're wrinkled. You done been through menopause. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? My daddy's favorite saying was, there's no retirement plan for old hoes. And I know that sounds harsh, but that's what my daddy said. My 23-year-old daughter tells me dating is not the same as my grandma days. It's not. It's not. Because women were not allowed to have a voice when they were in your grandma days. They couldn't have a voice. They couldn't have a job. They couldn't have a bank account. They couldn't have a credit card. They couldn't have shit. So it's not the same. They coming and they got a voice. Grandma didn't have no damn voice. She had to take the shit and shut the hell up. It was transactional. She had to survive. Young women these days, they ain't got to take that shit. Motherfucker, pack up. Pack it up. Pack it up. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. They got a lot of options, to include not having a man. Not building unless I'm married. Now, that's the truth. I ain't building with a man I'm not married to. Not building with a man I'm not married to. Are we still cooking the same cook and clean? Are we still teaching the same cook and clean? I don't know. Yeah, it's relative. It's relative. If that relationship is transactional, I just went through this. If the relationship is transactional, I'm cooking and cleaning because I want the Birkin. And I'm cooking what you like because I'm in the Porsche. And if I'm extra beautiful, you're going to get me a maid. And she's going to cook. And I'm going to just take care of you in other ways. And I'm going to be in a Bentley. Like, again, you better figure out where you fall on the shit. If I got to go to work and you working, don't come to me talking about what's for dinner and I'm working too. I'm bringing in half. You want me to do half? Then I'm not cooking and cleaning. Why is this such a difficult concept for people? If I love you and you love me, you don't want me to be a slave. You're not going to treat me like a slave if the relationship is built on mutual love, respect. We got chemistry and sexual energy and all of this. And we want each other to rise into our best self we're spiritual beings having a human experience. If we on that level, you're not going to treat me like a slave. But if you on the level, bitch, you better be pretty and quiet and have my dinner ready after I done work this 12-hour shift so you can be in that Porsche and flex with your friends. Yeah, you need to fucking cook and clean. Well, I don't see where there's confusion in that. Men need to figure out what they want. Men don't need to figure out shit. They know what they want. Y'all need to stop worrying about men. Y'all need to stop worrying about men, figure out where you fall, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then you won't have to worry about them because you've already figured it out. And then when you meet a man that don't know what he wants, you don't even waste your time talking to him because he's confused. Motherfucker, do you want to love me because I'm this great spiritual being, or do you want me to cook and clean and be cute and quiet? Which one? It's really simple. Like, it is literally that simple. The problem is y'all want the motherfucker that wants you to be quiet and cook and clean and, buy you the Birkin. You want him to also love and respect you. It might happen, but probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna go out on a limb and look at Jeff Bezos, who just got engaged to Lauren Sanchez. Lauren Sanchez is a millionaire in her own right. She came in with her own level of clout. That's why do you feel like your self-esteem is off when you say you're average? Why would I feel like my self-esteem is off? Because I acknowledge the shit that actually is. Why is somebody's self-esteem off when they say I am overweight? I'm fat. My self-esteem ain't off because I'm fat. Girl, these titties will be out just as quick. It's just cool here today. Go back and watch some of those. Do it seem like my self-esteem is off on any level? My self-esteem is fine, and I'm still fat. I'm 52 years old. I know how old I am. My self-esteem is just fine for a 52-year-old. I'm not competing with 25-year-olds because at 52, what are we doing here? You got to understand your fucking lane. And this notion of being average, most of us are fucking average. That's the whole definition of average. If you look at a bell curve, the vast majority of people fall in fucking average. The vast majority of us is average. Everybody can't walk around here thinking that they're beautiful. No, you're average. You're pretty much average. Because the vast majority of us fall in average. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem, thank you, divine spiritual goddess. I look good enough for my age. I acknowledge that. But the vast majority of us fall in average. Okay? Bell curve, simple math. It's simple math. Acknowledging where you fall in that curve doesn't mean your self-esteem is low. It does not. Okay? I'm fat. I got nice titties. I'm gonna put my titties out. I got a big juicy ass. Only certain men like juicy asses because it's natural. So it come with a little gut. I got a big gut to go with the ass and the tits. That's just what it is. So just because I say I got a gut that go with this ass and tits, That don't mean I got low self-esteem. That just means I'm going to talk to a motherfucker that don't mind getting up under the belly. That's what it means. I'm not talking to a motherfucker that want me to have a six-pack. We don't have words if you're eating kale and avocado toast. We're not compatible. The problem is the pound cake and fried chicken women want the avocado toast and kale salad dudes. That's the problem. You adjust your expectation based off how you exist in the world. I was just talking to a dude last night. He talking about, yeah, I'm going to the gym at 6 and I've already, what you call it when they make all of their damn meals in advance? Meal prep. I don't even know what the shit is called. I ain't prepping no damn meals for a fucking week. Are you out of your mind? So he was like, gonna meal prep, then I'll be at the gym and blah, blah, blah. Sir, we're not compatible. Let me just go ahead and end this conversation right now. We're not compatible. We ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't got nothing to talk about. If you that dedicated to the gym,
battery 20%.
We not compatible. We're not compatible. I'm not gonna be angry every day at 6 o'clock because you talking about let's go to the gym. Sir, I'm not going to the damn gym with you. You better go talk to one of them gym bunnies. You better talk to a bitch that's already in there working out, because I'm not going to be mad every day at 6 o'clock. Okay? And then you're going to want me to cook and clean. I'm about to throw some shit in grease. Hell, you know how I like my sushi? Fried. My favorite sushi is a volcano roll at the hibachi place, and they fried that. So I took the South, we took some shit that was extra healthy and dropped it in some grease too. Okay? So we are not compatible. But the problem is, somebody said I gotta go today. The problem is, you see what I'm saying? We'll try to bend ourselves up in a pretzel and pretend like we like that kale salad and them vegan burgers to be with the man, and then be mad every day at 6 o'clock when he talking about let's go to the gym. I'm not doing no sit-up. I'm not doing no sit-ups. My knees are bad. I'm gonna have to let you. I'm gonna have to let you go, and I'm gonna have to let you do that on your own. The least I'll do is go for a walk with you in the neighborhood, honey. That's about all I'm gonna do. I'll walk with you through the neighborhood. I'm with you on that. Who said that? Because that's where I am. Structured beauty, that's it. We're going to walk through the neighborhood, and it's going to be a slow Sunday scroll because I live in the damn country, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to talk to the neighbors and pet a few dogs while I'm at it. So it's not going to be no damn power walk. It ain't going to be that at all, baby. It ain't going to be that. It's going to be, hey, Miss Sheila, how you doing? How them grandbabies doing, Miss Sheila? We ain't seen you in so long. We're gonna have to come over here and sit down and talk. And then we're gonna stand there for about 15 minutes talking to Miss Sheila about her damn grandkids. Till we get to the next neighbor. Hey, how y'all doing? We ain't seen y'all in a long time. Girl, he gonna be done power walk his ass back home. I'm gonna be 3 houses up. He be done walk the whole damn neighborhood. Okay? Who is this that wanna join? Miss Lovely, I'm like, come on in. I want my sushi fried.
Baby. Hi, Deshaun.
Hey, lady, how you doing?
Oh, girl, you are such a mess. I feel the same way you do. I'm not walking. I'm not power walking nowhere. We can slow crawl.
Exactly. But the thing is, you got to be with a man that loves you. You got to be with a man that
Right,
loves you. You see what I'm saying? To do
right.
that type of
Yes,
shit with. You
ma'am.
can't be with a man that's transactional with that kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's different. That's what I be
no.
trying to tell people. It's like you got to figure out where you coming in at.
Right, right. I feel you. My dude, he's up in age, and he's like 71 years old, and he works out at he has free weights at home and a bench, so that's his workout. But I don't think I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning like, come on, baby, let's go. No. I'm gonna do just like you said, do walk through the neighborhood and say hi to everybody. How you doing, Miss Sheila?
Mhm. We not. But
We're not doing all that
again,
extra stuff, man.
but you gotta
Mm-mm.
be realistic with your expectations of your partner. And I just feel
Right,
like so many women on this app are not realistic when it comes to the type of man that they are capable of getting and the
right,
type of relationship that they really want. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I know
Yes,
what's
ma'am.
really important to me. So I focus on that. Kiki, you're
Right.
coming up next. So if you can exercise in the bedroom, you good. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna block him before I
Hello.
start talking trash. Let me go ahead and block him. Um, let me go ahead and block him before I say this. Hold on.
Well, I feel like
Hold
that.
on.
Me personally, I think that my dude, he's up in, he's not up in age. I mean, he don't act his age. We've been together almost 9 years, and our anniversary is coming up on my birthday. This man treats me like a queen. With anything that I ask, it's not a problem. There's a lot of things I don't expect no man to take care of me, but when I need it, he does it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? You can't ask for no more. Now, some dudes out here be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this for you and do that. Then nothing comes into fruition. You're like, okay, you
Mm-hmm.
said you're going to do it. So I'm not getting any. It's not the fact you want to reap anything from what they got going on, but you want to be able to be involved some type of way, because if y'all together and as a unit and y'all doing things together, then it's not supposed to be, it's supposed to be that way to a certain point. And if he says,
Mm-hmm.
baby, I got you, he supposed to mean I got you. Not
Mm-hmm.
half, not quarter, not a dime, not a penny, all 100%.
Mm-hmm.
100%. And I just want to add on to that. First of all, Mr. Sean, I've been following you since like the beginning, and I just want to verbally tell you, like, you have changed the whole trajectory of my life.
Oh.
Like, I can express like TikTok, like just I actually filed for divorce on April 14th, and it is one of the happiest moments of my life. I cannot express that. And it was like, it's funny because I feel like my life was the roadmap to my life was made for this moment. Even the choice, like even to the point where the type of parents that I have, I was meant to have the parents that I have because of the type of person who I am. And I had to realize that my parents were human and they were just learning just like how I'm learning. And there's a part where I'm like, because I was blessed with a good dad, I couldn't even settle for what was less. And I'm like, this is where it's important that guys really need to take accountability, because even like I think they need to have a whole little segment about girls with good dad who pick bad men. I have a thing where I was just attracted to you couldn't there was nothing that my parents could do. It's just who I was into. And the thing is, what helped is the fact that my dad set such a good standard that I could never settle with that bad man, no matter how much I was attracted to him, and it never lasts. And I thought I was going to turn someone who was pretty much who he was into a husband. And I had to really come to myself and realize, is this what I really want to settle for in life? Knowing that I could do so much more. And then you were talking about your divorce and you were happy. And I'm like, I seek the happiness. And then I was blessed with a family where either majority of the women either were never married and happy. So I had visual examples of things that are just now becoming words. Like the fact that the rich auntie, my entire life was of the but rich aunties. We just didn't have a name for it. So I've seen like women who didn't have kids, who had good money, who traveled, like I've seen it. Whereas in my family, the ones who were married were unhappy. And I'm like, so, and now that now we have articles when I've seen in my entire life. So when I realized, like, hold up, I'm in this marriage and I'm doing all the work and I was actually happier as a single mom, like, I had to be honest with myself and hold myself accountable. What was it about me that was attracted to him? And then I'm like, what is it about me that I need to change so I can get to my happiness? And when you were just talking about your divorce and how, like, look, he had to fuck around and find out, and now here you are living your best life, and like, hold up, I don't need to be married either, and I'm like, I'm living my life. You were like another example of what I can get, and I'm like, I'm gonna be 40 this year, and I just didn't want to keep making the same mistakes. I want to actually make the choices I need to be happy, and it's up to me to decide my happiness. And it should have never even been about a man. Once I took men off the pedestal and worried about myself, like I realized I could have been did this. And I have a granddaughter too. And I'm like, I don't want my granddaughter going through this. Like I was blessed enough where my daughter is like stuck up. Like I'm so happy for her. And even though I didn't want her to be a single mom either, it's like I see where she's good with or without him. And he never feels like he got her. even with the baby, he's always on edge. It's only because she know her worth. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
with the information that we have now, and like I'm from the generation we were quote ride or die generation. So I'm a millennial. And then I think as we got older, we realized we're more so dying than riding. And now our kids have seen this situation. They realize, you know what, it's not even worth it. Cause I love Gen Z. Like that's one thing I love about Gen Z. They're like they took it and ran with it and be like, look, you thought you're gonna get a young woman who don't know nothing, and like, oh, we know so much more and then some. If she did the work, that's like it's 50-50. But if she did the work and she is on game, like she is changing the whole trajectory. And like just I love where we are at as women.
Me
I'm
too.
proud
All
of
right,
us as women.
there's some comments I gotta address. Then I'm gonna talk to you,
Well, I'm
Andrea.
sorry.
Don't you spin that damn block, Andrea. Don't you spin that block. That comment was about 5 minutes ago, and I don't give a damn. Don't you spin that damn block. You better not spin that block. Do not go back. Do not breathe life into that corpse. That relationship is a corpse. Put it in a coffin. Throw some damn dirt on that shit. Keep it moving.
It's
That's
about
number
the bigger
one.
picture, honey. I'm telling you, you
That's
want that
right.
bigger picture. I want that
Lynn,
for you.
Lynn, thank you for subscribing. I'm gonna send you a DM later because you're gonna get a free workbook to go with the workshop that we're doing tonight. And there are so many women in unhappy marriages that it doesn't make any damn sense. And the problem is, we used to see this. So this is what happened back in the day. Single women would be happy, traveling, doing all kinds of great shit. Married women would be miserable. And then the married women would see the single women being happy, and the men would say, "That's why your single friends, you're gonna be single with them." Blah, blah, blah. And so they scared women into staying married.
Mm-hmm.
Now we see most married women are some miserable motherfuckers, and
Mm-hmm.
most single women with their own money, they're out living their best life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is. And let me say, Kiki, thank you for telling me that because I promise you that's why I got on TikTok because I wanted to change young women's lives. I really did. Women in particular. I wanted older women 50 and above to see that you can still live your best life. And I wanted
Mm-hmm.
younger women to say, if you're not happy, you don't have to do this anymore.
You
You
don't have
don't
to
have
do it
to.
anymore. You don't
Andrea,
have
what's
to.
up? Don't you spin that block now. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Don't you spin that block.
Only thing I can say is I'm 48. I'll be 49 in August. I've been in some bad, unhealthy, toxic relationships. I've been through a lot. I'm not gonna say it personally, but I'm gonna tell you also, Deshaun, that from the time that I met you when we were on live together, you are a you are a very encouraging person to help us women. I know I'm not. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if we're the same age or not, but it don't matter.
I'm
Um.
52.
Okay. Well, I'm 48, so you are a good
We're about
role
the same.
model. Yeah, good role model for me. I don't, and I look at it like this. I've been through a lot, and as we are talking about situations, I honestly did not know. I thought just being with somebody was love. But what this
Mm-hmm.
man does for me is a whole lot more. It exceeds more. It's not the financial. It's not sex, whatever. It's him. You could be intimate with somebody and not have intercourse. That makes sense because that person
Mm-hmm.
loves you for who they are. And I never realized what true love was until this man came in my life. And with that being said, I just want to let you know you are a very encouraging person. I wish I could subscribe, but it's in the middle of my bill cycle. But I just want to
Don't
let
worry
you
about it because
know,
most of this stuff is free. Most of the stuff is going to be free when they subscribe to my channel. They get the workbook that goes along with all of the workshops that I'm going to be doing. So that's the only
yeah.
difference. So
Well, I
just
can't
keep
see. I
showing
want
up
to
for
get
the
the
free
workbook,
stuff.
but I can't subscribe. I can't subscribe unless I do it on my other phone.
Oh,
Miss
okay.
Beauty is my backup. But I just want to tell you that you're a role model for us younger women. You really are, and it's just that there's not too many women. Oh Lord, don't get me crying, Deshaun. Come on now.
Don't get me
It's
crying.
you. I mean, you are that person that I know. If we were to be friends, close friends like that, I'd come and talk to you like, hey, this is what's going on with me. I don't have close friends like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just agreeing with what Kiki said, and you got your shit together.
Thank
You
you.
really do. And I want to keep learning from you, and I want to be encouraged, and I want God to stand in the gap for both of us, because there's not too many women on this app that are encouraging us to do the right thing. And I feel very thankful that you are my friend. And
You.
oh gosh, I'm getting emotional. Uh,
Thank you.
I'm being serious. I really am. And it's just like when we became friends on TikTok, I'm like, it's more than that. It's, you know what I'm saying? You're so caring, and and outspoken, and you mean what you say. You say what you mean. It's nothing, no front behind it, and you're so positive and helping us. And I'm not crying, you crying.
That's right.
So I'm gonna mute myself, so I'll let everybody talk. But I just had to I just had to say that.
Thank you. Andrea, go ahead, because I know I've been hard on you today. What's up?
No, no, it's quite okay. I have thick skin. I was like, well, maybe I just need to come for the business sauce, the business coach bar, because I was like, I'm confused by the dating advice and how it applies. I think that I attempted to write about some of the difficult relationships that I had in my first book, and now I'm trying to write from a fiction perspective of what I would like for myself, what I haven't experienced yet, but writing it, I guess, in a way where I'm hoping to manifest it without being delusional. And I think that money is important in a relationship, in my opinion. Um, I don't want to date nobody who's broke. I don't want to date nobody who's broken. But the reason why I said I wanted to spin the block is because honestly, I haven't been deeply in love since my high school sweetheart. And he's told me the same thing, and it's like a tragic love story of why we didn't end up being. And I think had we been then, we would have definitely broke up now. But maybe it is a time for us to revisit it. I never been in love like that since him. And it was a 4-year relationship, but it was the relationship that meant the most to me, even more so than my son's father, who I've known pretty much all my life.
I'm not going to say don't go back. I'm not going to say that. But I want you to really sit with why you want to go back. Okay. I want you to just sit with that. Are you going back because it's the fluffy comforter? I got two comforters on my bed. One of them is a soft, fluffy comforter. I wrap up in that thing. It feels so good to me. But it's got a bunch of little white shit. And every time I wrap up in it, it leaves shit all over my clothes. But I wrap up in it because it feels so good. So there's something positive that come out of it. It make me feel good, but there's also something really negative that come along with it. So are you going because it's something that feels good, but it still has a whole bunch of negative energy still tied to it? Or are you going back because you really feel like that is your person?
I can't answer that
Well, if you
decisively
can't
right
answer
now.
it, then it's not your person. It's not your
I
person.
got
If you can't,
I
no,
guess
no,
we
no, no,
gotta
no.
get to know each
Listen,
other again. We've been apart for
listen,
like 8 years now.
listen. Mm-mm. When you
Okay.
know a person is your person, you know that person is your person. Period. There's no hesitation with it. There's no hesitation. When I met my ex-husband, I met him, I said, "Oh, we getting married." All of my friends looked at me and was like, "What the fuck, girl? I was drinking, partying, getting flued out before being flued out was a damn thing. I met this little cornball that didn't have shit, and I was like, that is my person. Oh, we getting married, and we gonna build some shit, and we gonna have a smart baby. We gonna have a smart baby." And everybody looked at me like, "You have lost your damn mind." 6 months later, we were married. Recently, I met a guy, and I was like, "Well, this is we gonna be together." There is no doubt in either one of our minds that we are going to be together. There's absolutely no doubt. None. Now I'm working hard and building these damn companies, and I'm like, I don't have time. We're gonna have to figure this thing out. I'm my son, and I got all this other shit going on. He's like, you know what? I'll wait. I'm gonna wait for you. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt in his mind or mine. When it's secure and solid like that, there's no doubt. When you start hemming and hawing and going, well, it feels good, and you need to start examining why you want to go back. Not saying don't go back. I'm just saying examine why you want to go back. Is it because you are afraid that you'll never find that kind of love again? Is it because you're afraid that you don't trust your judgment moving forward when it comes to men? You know what I'm saying? Is it something inherent in you that you feel like you are not capable of finding that love again in the future? If that is the case, that is a lie. It's true when you make it true, but it's a lie in reality. When I tell everybody, when me and my ex-husband broke up, I was like, this motherfucker was the love of my life. I'm never gonna find love again. I'm an old lady going out into the dating market. Who the fuck is gonna love me? And I'm loud, got tatted up. I just got
Okay, here I
married.
come. I'm about to flush this toilet. Hold on.
I'm saying, like, I went out like thinking this shit, and then I found a motherfucker, and I was like, you know what? You about to get the next 30 years of my life. I didn't think I would ever find it, but when I let go of that limiting belief, that's why I tell y'all better start dating. The motherfuckers tell y'all sit at home and heal, sit in the corner, lick your wounds, and cry and heal. Shit, you better get your ass out there and start dating. The best way to get over one man is to get under another one. It'll let you know what you like and don't like, need, don't need, will tolerate, won't tolerate. The moment
Yep,
you
I'm
get out there and do
practicing
that
that.
shit, and then
Yep, I'm
motherfuckers
practicing that.
love you again, you won't be trying to spin that block.
Yeah, I definitely want to encourage that, and I recommend practicing how to flirt just to kind of get your self-esteem going. Like, I'll have
Mm-hmm.
a conversation with anybody, especially like if I put, because now that I've decentered men, I don't care no more what they think. And so I'm just doing what works for me. And like, do I like this energy? Do I like this conversation? And I can just cut it off now because I don't care. And the freedom of
Mm-hmm.
that is like, it's just it's just beautiful. And then I'm like, my self-esteem is higher because I'm like, I be thinking I'm the shit because I be starting. It's like I control everything. And it's just me as a woman, and my presence is the essence of this. And I wished I had this power in my 20s, but I'm loving that I'm going into my 40s with this energy because
Girl, I
it's like
will
it's
shut a
learning.
conversation. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying I'm learning. It's like I'm learning about myself. That's it. I'm like, I think every woman should learn about themselves so they can know who's for them and who's not. And it's
Hold on, hold on,
attractive.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Denise, tell me why that's not true. The best way to get over one man is to get under a new one. Tell me why it's not true. And I don't want to hear nothing about Jesus, a Bible verse, Christianity, or social norms. I don't want to hear nothing about any of that. Tell me
She don't
why
know what she's
it's
talking
not
about, sis.
true. Go ahead. But don't quote the Bible and don't give me anything about social norms. Tell me why it's not true. I'm just waiting for her. I'm just waiting for her to type why it's not true. Because I promise you it's true. The moment you get out there and you see that other men like you, if you're centering your life around men and you get out there and you see that other men like you, it'll make you forget the one that don't like you. Trust me. Trust
That
me.
and that helps, and that's the truth. That is so true. Once you find somebody that knows your worth, and he feels that you are the one, you're gonna forget about that. You're gonna forget all about JoJo down the street, and that's
Yep.
Mhm.
that's that's real talk, man. That's 100.
Right.
You need time to
Yeah.
heal. That's a damn lie. I don't know why how much time do you think you need to heal? Shit. Let me tell you something.
I know
I'm gonna
people
tell
who've
you
been
when.
healing for 15 years.
Okay,
People have been healing for
listen.
15 years. They're hiding behind healing. I'm like, no, honey, you heal, but at the same time, you also got to learn. And my thing is, if I was just to heal and go into a room and cry, I would have never learned about the power of just being a woman in my essence. I would be still trying hard to get attention and then falling for the same trap. I had to
Yep,
go out there and learn about me as I'm healing. And that, again, that was a part of me healing, was boosting my self-esteem. And then
Hold
exactly.
on,
and it's like,
hold
I
on,
don't even want
Kiki.
the whole life no more because this new one is looking so much more appealing. There's nothing
Yep.
that my husband could do that made me want to go back now that I have this new knowledge.
hold on a second. I'm gonna address something on the chat. This girl says it doesn't mean to get with just anyone. No one is not getting with just anyone. Okay,
Somebody said that.
if a man sees you and your old dude, he treat you like Mr. Scott Bailey. You feel what I'm saying? And you see this man who got his stuff together, not about having a nice car or house. If he's treating you like you are a queen, and he loves you, that is what it is. That healing is going to take place. Yeah, you don't want to be broken and be with somebody else, but how long does it take for you to heal?
Yep.
So
And I'm gonna tell
basically,
I
you,
get what you're trying to say is, but
hold on
no
a
one's
second, I'm about to
sleeping
get
on
a
this.
baby.
So don't be sleeping around. It's
Hold
being
on, hold on.
strategic with who
hold
you're
on, I'm
giving
about to
yourself
mute
to.
somebody's mic. I'm muting Kiki's mic.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is these people sit up here going live, getting on here talking about it doesn't matter because you're not just getting with anybody. If that person comes in your path and he's showing you what a real man is, go for it.
Yep.
If
My
he can
thing is
treat you
this.
better with respect, and he can say, "Hey, this is my queen," and he gonna do everything he possibly can to be there for you, then go for it. Because maybe JoJo and Hank down the street ain't doing nothing for you, but give you lip service.
Oh shit, Kiki, I'm about to mute your mic again. I'm gonna say this. I remember when my daddy had a stroke. My daddy had a stroke, and he was in the hospital. They made his ass get up like 2 days later and go to PT. They didn't say, "Oh, sir, Mr. Haywood, you get to lay in bed and lick your wounds." No, they made his ass get up and go to damn PT, and he started PT immediately. Immediately. It's the same thing with y'all. Y'all sitting around on the couch licking your wounds and healing, and the shit healing fucked up. Whereas if you get out and start interacting with people, doing the shit that you love, going to get in a hobby that you enjoy, meeting men that like you'll quickly get over whatever heartbreak you're feeling, because it's almost impossible to have happiness and contentment and misery in the same moment. It's impossible to do. So if you're out doing all of the shit that you like, having motherfuckers tell you how amazing you are, all of a sudden you're healing. So I'm not saying go out and screw every man that you run across, but I am saying get your ass out the damn house. Find somebody that like you, that's gonna show you your true worth, and stop pining for the one that got away, because too many of y'all romanticize a relationship that is dead, and you want to go back and breathe life into that corpse, and it's looking like goddamn Frankenstein, looking like the damn Return of the Living Dead. But y'all still trying to hold on to that shit when you could have just went on and moved on with your life and found somebody that really loved you. Y'all too quick to spout some shit that some man has told you, because they trying to spin the block. They trying to keep all of the women that they ever had any kind of interaction with ready. They're trying to go back just in case, trying to go back, trying to put all of y'all on the shelf. And most of y'all sitting on the shelf twiddling your thumbs talking about you healing, and he out fucking sucking and ducking and doing everything else. But he telling y'all to sit at home. Come on now. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. When my ex-husband was in the streets, shit, I was in the streets. We all in the damn streets. I'm on 95, he on 40. What we doing here? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Exactly. Shay, this man be out here living. And we
Okay,
be
that
sitting
man,
somewhere on the
like Eric
couch,
knows,
sad.
point of order.
Y'all got the wrong one. All right, y'all. I gotta get off of here. I gotta go to my neighbor's house. She cooked me some Memorial Day stuff. If
Well,
you follow me, if you
some.
subscribe to my channel, I'm gonna hit you up a little bit later. I'm gonna send you the workbook that goes along with the workshop that I'm having tonight. So if you subscribe to my channel, I got 12 workshops planned for the course of the next year. Each one builds upon the next one. So this was just the first in my series. Everything is going to be free. It's going to be on here, but if you subscribe, you actually get the workbook that goes along with it so that you can do the work. But I got to get out of here because my neighbor done threw some stuff on the grill for me. So I'll see y'all again tonight at 7. Y'all have a great evening.